We back, Cigar Talk Weekly, man. Your boy JR, kicking back, enjoying the evening. Smoking one of my cigars of the year. The La Ranja, Azuleta. You see it, you see it, you see it, you see it, you see it. Alright, new ring for the Christmas time. The Yemeni stone. Collecting stones like the Lord of the Ring. So what's been happening this week? World kicking back. Um, had some developments this week in the political world, medical world, sports world. Uh, First of all, let's talk with the politics. Looks like the Democrats have a mole in the party from the Republicans. I believe his name is Masson, something like that. Um, Everything that I call him Joe Biden, President Biden, Joe Biden, and his regime is trying to get across is being knocked down by somebody within the own party. Um, Very interesting because it's basically saying who's really running that party. Who's running the Democratic Party right now? Who's really calling the shots? Um, Also, a few of the Trump insurrectionists were sentenced this week. Of course, not a life sentence. Forgot the guy's name. He got about 6 or 7 years. Still think he got off light for participating in what they actually did. So that is a little privilege there. Also, the Republicans are trying to knock down and attack voting rights of people in the country. So, what can we do? You know, so what can we do? The country's continuing to go upside down. Um, this last week, I'm here in my area, down here in Florida. I see the Trumpsters, Trump rallying. Um, I have no idea why, but they're trying to make their move back in for 2024. And I think it's a very good chance, because usually the Democrats not really doing much. Apparently, now we gotta pay student loans back, which is some BS. So I'm trying to move on that to get cleared up of that. You know. So again, DS is out here. What else is going on? Sports world, two major events. Mario Cristobal comes to Miami and leaves Oregon. I'm a Canes fan, so I gotta go with that. Already he's put Miami in the top five recruiting class. Um, Doing the old things that made Miami great back in the day. Pulling in some of the recruits in the South Florida, Central Florida area, which made us great in the past. And he stole some people from Oregon. Goodbye to Manny Diaz. Wish you the best with your new job, Penn State. Never thought you should have been a head coach. You should have always been a position coach. But hey, if you don't produce, you get the boot, man. So the game is cold. The game is cold. Man, he did not have his sweater ready. So he's out of here. Also, the big one of this week, um, a young recruit by the name of Travis Hunter, who was um, committed to Florida State, decided at the last minute he wants to join Deion Sanders at Jackson State. This is shaking up the recruiting world because this past, not just him, but several decent recruits have don't go on the HBCU route. So this is got some of the pale skins upset. Uh, and a lot of them don't realize most of the great black athletes have come from HBCUs. You know? So some of them think it's an inferior talent, but really it's not. You know, the facilities may be inferior, the coaching may be inferior, the players are still good. You know, they're just not getting that whole thing that they're getting at the PWI. So, but you know, Jackson State, FAMU, South Carolina State. Shout out to them for winning the HBCU title. Um, Grambling, Southern, these places have always put out NFL athletes. You know, Mississippi Valley State um, put out the greatest player ever, in my opinion, Jerry Rice. So it's nothing new, you know. But of course, this is shaking the foundation. A lot of the Uncle Toms have something to say, obviously. But this is I like it, man. Brothers finally coming home, going places that's really gonna help them academically and where they really want it, you know. So I'm down with it. And lastly, in the sports news, the funniest one, Urban Meyer, former coach of the Ohio State and the championship Florida Gators, was who's been coaching at Jacksonville Jaguars a little over a year, I think 2 years. Got the boot. You know, Jacksonville had one of the worst records in the NFL this year. Absolutely horrible. Um, but I mean, I really don't think it's his fault. You know, they stink. You know, and NFL ain't NCAA. It's not like he is really drafting the players himself. You know, recruiting trips. That's who they get. You know, who they select. They got Trevor Lawrence, but wasn't much else with him to go along with it. So they ended up in the toilet. You know, well, it's not his fault, but got rid of Tebow. They didn't even let Tebow get a shot. Could at least gave him a shot again. So they done, man. He's out of there, and so he's out of there. Wish you the best, Urban. He'll get another job because he's a big name. Just go back to the NCAA route. You know, he had a little issue with the stripper this year. It's been a rough year for Urban. He's gonna be bouncing on his feet though. He good. He's got a good reputation. There's no need to worry about that. You know, wish him the best. Other than that, let's go to the medical news. It's COVID shit. That is a new strain called the Omicron. So moving down the Greek alphabet, Omicron is apparently combining with the Delta to make the Omicron or the Deltron. Shout out to Deltron 3030. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this. People are fully vaccinated and still getting fucked up, man. So it's like, why even get vaccinated? You know? I mean, it's back again. But that's because everybody took the masks off. People took the gloves off. People stopped washing their hands again. People start crowding in crowded places again. So it's gonna come back, and it's gonna keep coming back. It's gonna become just a regular sickness, you know. So what can you do, you know? Listen to everything Fauci done told us to do. We done did it, and it's still kicking ass, you know. So I don't really know what it's supposed to. Nobody knows the solution of this. Looks like a scam to me, but I'm not gonna talk on that on this channel. And it's back in the business. The mutations keep happening faster than Lil Wayne. So next it'll be I don't know the Greek alphabet. There'll be another strain in probably February, you know, and it'll be this summer strain. So they hustle this up good, man. They got us all going, and we caught we bait, you know, we bit on the bait, man. So what can we do? They got us. So it's another. I'm back with the mask on. Well, I never took the mask off. I kept it on always. You know, I never trusted it. You know, eating right, try to eat right, taking supplementation, exercising, dieting, and just doing what comes natural, really. You know, because they don't really care. You know, already dealing with other health issues, so I don't need another one. So that's it, you know. And it's gonna be Christmas week. Anything anybody wants out there? Any special cigars? What are you looking for to get in, receiving, and you know, is it gonna be a good holiday week? You know, where you guys going? Where you traveling? Definitely share that in the comment section. Well, that's it. We'll see God willing what this week holds. Follow, like, share, subscribe, and thank y'all for coming out. Cigar Talk Weekly.